Come on.
Do I sound like I'm joking? Do I sound like I'm playing? When you look into my eyes, you understand what I'm saying? Let me say it to you slowly, and it may sound scandalous. I don't think that you can handle this.
All right, let's move on from my boy Derek Carr. On to Sunday Night Football. The 8-4 Los Angeles Chargers are heading to Kansas City to face the 11-1 Chiefs. Projected total is 42.5 points, while the Chiefs are 4-point favorites. That means Vegas is telling us that the Chargers score 19.25, while the Chiefs score 23.25. As far as injuries, the Chargers offense have two key ones. J.K. Dobbins is officially on the IR with the injured knee. Gus Edwards has taken over last week. Also in fantasy DFS, you might want to take a look at Kamani Vidal. And then at wide receiver, their primary wide receiver, Ladd McConkey, has knee soreness that will make him questionable for the game. On the Chiefs side, Isaiah Pacheco is back, and they look pretty healthy. Mike, Steph, what do you think about this game? Who you got?
My lad is hurt. My lad McConkey is hurt. That's disheartening. Also, J.K. Dobbins, I feel bad for him because it seems like ever since he's gotten into the league, it's just been one knee injury after another. And the times he's been healthy or even semi-healthy, he has been productive. So I really do feel bad for him. Besides the fact that he's on my fantasy team, that had nothing to do with anything. I never like when people get hurt, but especially when somebody really, really works their butt off to keep on returning and just keeps on getting setback after setback. That's disheartening. So with that being said, I'm going to start with the Chargers. The Chargers are winners of 4-5, but the last three games, they've been very shaky. A Kirk Cousins assisted win this past Sunday, and a win against the Bengals in which they were dominating the game into the second half. And it's been rough sledding since. After putting up 24 points in the first half against Cincinnati's poor defense a couple weeks ago, the Chargers have only scored 3 offensive touchdowns in the last 10 quarters. But they've done the most important thing, which is win. Like, they won 17-13 over the Falcons this past Sunday. And that win marked the first time in franchise history that the Chargers won a game in which the defense scored their only touchdown. It is also the second game this season in which the offense did not reach the end zone. Sunday's 187 total yards were the second fewest in a road victory for the Chargers in their franchise history. Yeah, I'm digging. Keep digging. In 27 drives since the first half against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Chargers have produced 10 points. They reached the red zone only 4 times. 4 of Cameron Dickens' field goals have been from at least 51 yards. So that means they're not even getting into scoring position since that offensive outburst against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, going over to the Chiefs, what can we say about them? It's like we talk about them every damn week. Or even when we're not talking about them, we kind of talk about them. Patrick Mahomes was sacked 5 times for the second consecutive week. To me, this has to be a big concern for the Chiefs, especially looking forward going into the postseason. They have to keep their franchise upright and can ill afford to have him gimpy or banged up at all. Mahomes had gone 113 straight starts without being sacked 5+ times. Carolina and Vegas have done it in consecutive weeks. They eked out a victory against the Raiders on Black Friday, and it took a botched snap by the Raiders with 15 seconds to go to avoid their second loss in 3 games. With all that being said, let's get down to brass tacks. The Chargers plus 3.5, because I'm just going to ride this until it's off, because the Chiefs are vulnerable, and one of these days they're going to slip up. The other team is not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. So the Chargers plus 3.5. Over under, I'm going under.
Last week, I said that I thought that the Chiefs would finally get a big victory, a big gap in the victory. And they did not against the Raiders, who are not good. Clearly, the Chargers are a better team. But the Chargers have, as you pointed out, have not really looked good, especially the last 2.5 games. I really think that this game is going to be a lot uglier than people would expect when they see these two teams match up. So I'm going to be with you. I'm going to go on the under. I really want to go against the Chiefs. It's just that I don't trust the Chargers right now. So I am still going to take the Chiefs minus the 3.5. By the way, that spread is now -4.
Tell you the truth, that 4 actually makes me more confident.
Yeah, well, I feel no confidence in this game, but I think I'm going to side with Chiefs because how you're riding with them against them, I'm going to ride with them. I got the Chiefs and I got
Derek
Carr. Yeah, that guy.
All right. Well, at least one is a winner. I'm just saying.
Yo, what's up? I'm Desmond, and I'm the host of Hip to the Games, a podcast from 19 Media Group, where the brilliance of basketball and hip-hop's past and present is genuinely appreciated. Join me every other Friday as we celebrate some of the greatest artists, albums, moments, songs, bars, punchlines, NBA teams, players, just anything and everything to do with the game of rap and the game of basketball. See, if you like basketball and hip-hop, that means you're hip to the games. But no matter where you fall on that spectrum, I encourage you to join the fun every other Friday on your favorite podcast platform, courtesy of the great 19 Media Group.
All right, we have the final game of the week. The 4-8 Cincinnati Bengals are heading to Dallas to face the 5-7 Cowboys. The Bengals are 5-point favorites. The projected total is 49.5 points. That means Vegas is telling us that the Bengals will score 27.25, while Dallas will score 22.25. As far as injuries, CeeDee Lamb injured his shoulder, but Jerry Jones seems to expect him to play, so I will too. Meanwhile, Jake Ferguson has been out due to a concussion, but he's thought to be close, so we can expect him to probably play as well. The Bengals come in offensively pretty healthy. Mike Steph, what do you think about the SImpsons Bowl, the Bengals versus Cowboys?
The Simpson Bowl?
Yes. In case you hadn't known, the reason that this game could not be swapped out because Fox has a special Simpsons episode coming out, and I think it talks about the Cowboys. Yes. That is the reason we have to watch Cowboys again. The Simpsons. Blame Homer.
Simpson Bowl. I swear, before you said that, my mom was going to training day when you said Jake. I had so many one-liners when it came to Jake, which probably would have been family-friendly. So good thing for bringing up the Simpsons. So the Simpsons got us stuck with this Monday night game. Okay, well, I'll talk about the Bengals first. The Bengals, be point blank, they have no defense. They've given up 35, 34, and 44 points in their last 3 games. How many points would they give up to a Cooper Rush-led Cowboys offense? They've scored 99 points in those losses, and all 3 losses were by 7 points or less. And a stark difference from what I'm accustomed to as a Jet fanatic, Zach Taylor and their defensive coordinator, Lou Amarello, they didn't shy away from shouldering the share of the blame for their Bengals 3-game losing streak and a season that has slipped away from them. After the latest loss against Pittsburgh, Zach Taylor took responsibility for how his team has fared during this disappointed 4-win season by saying, "You're 4-8. You're a 4-8 head coach, and that starts with me. You have to get the most out of everybody, and that's guess who? That's my job. That's my job." Now going to the Cowboys, after a 5-game losing streak, they won 2 games. They won 2 games in 4 days. Remember, they had the Sunday victory against the Washington Commanders, and then 3 days later, in Thanksgiving, they beat the Giants. So they actually almost equaled their whole output of wins in 1 week. But at least they're showing some fight. Normally, I say the Bengals have enough firepower combined with the lack of such for the Cowboys. But with the Bengals defense being as loose as K+8, it's hard to really see that there's outright advantage. On the other side, even though I just talked about the Bengals, I had to put this stat out. Joe Burrow has 30 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, yet his team is 4-8. When have you ever seen that combination that a quarterback has 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and the team is 4 games under 500? So I guess I'll get to the prognostication. As much as something telling me to go the opposite way, I'm not going to bet on the Cowboys. So Cincinnati -5. Yeah, that'll be my pick. And that over under 49.5. I think they're going to get to that over under. So I'm going to go over, but it won't be the Cowboys' fault. It'll be strictly on the arm of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and them boys. So -5, yeah. Over under, over.
Well, I'm going to line up right with you real quick. The reasons why the Bengals have lost 4 of their last 5. But when you look at who they've lost to the Eagles, the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Steelers. Their offense continues to click regardless, even if they're playing against good teams, but they've just been outmatched by playoff contenders. Meanwhile, Dallas has won their last 2, but that was against Washington, who was on the struggle bus for a couple weeks, and the New York Giants. They had lost 5 straight before that. Some of that is the return of some injured Cowboys defensive players, which has helped solidify the team a little bit. But I don't think that the Cowboys have enough on defense to slow down this Bengals team because nobody else has shown the ability to do so. Meanwhile, Dak is not there to save them. So I don't expect this to be a close fight as far as a shootout. I expect this to be a shootout, one-sided shootout. So I am going with the Bengals. I'm going with the over. This is the game I feel confident about. This is the game that I will be betting on this week, along with probably taking the Bears with the spread. I think I got me a little parlay going. All right, Mike Steph, we are done here. Somebody has to go. It isn't me. Take us home.
Before I take you home, take y'all home, take us home, even though we already
don't take me home. That's completely.
Wonder if I take you. No. No, there's one thing I wanted to ask. You said that the Cowboys don't have Dak to save them. When has Dak ever saved them? Dak is usually the problem.
This is not the playoffs. This is the regular season. They would be in a shootout if Dak was there.
Okay, they'd be in a shootout. I'm going to say not guaranteeing to win.
Nah, I'm not guaranteeing to win.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Maybe.
Okay, maybe they cover. Maybe. On a backdoor cover because they be blown out and Dak get all that. He's another garbage time MVP. But that's neither here nor there. This has been uplifting. This has got me into my spirits. This has got me rearing and ready to actually really go back in my bed. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm just prolonging this for no reason. So it ain't just football. It's been and he's getting that chicken ready. And I would swear, I told him last week that chicken needs to be stuffed, cooked, and put out the pasture. It's been a part of the 19 Media Group. Goodbye.
Mike Steph, can I point out one thing?
What?
You love everybody, including the chicken.
This is a 19 Media Group presentation.
Yes, I'm the benevolent dude. I'm all about love. You can call me, well, even though that name is taken, Brother Love. Not that Brother Love. No.
I got the cow. I have the bank. Oh my gosh! All right.
You got the Cowboys, so you had the Bengals.
Yeah, I got both of them. I can't lose.
All right. Jimmy Swaggart impersonator from the 80s and early 90s WWF. Brother Love. Okay.
Mike Steph's like, take that.
This damn game. Sure. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm the one that have to worry about it, but different type of love that he's looking at. He's more like Training Day. You know, the scene where he went to the essays, where Jake went to the essays.
All right, no.
Sitting.
All right.
And he's like,
time to end the recording now.